Hello everyone, it's me Samir Chaudhary, and today I'm going to present on my personal contribution towards the project entitled Mars Leathers Inventory Management System. So the project information is displayed on the screen, and our project name is Mars Leathers Inventory Management System. Our company name is Mars Leathers. Our client's name is Mr. Khalid Ahmed, and our project started on 16th of July and it ended on 7th of October 2021. And this is our project team members. Our project is led by Navjot Kaur, who is also our project manager. Simranjit Kaur Sidhu is our data analyst. Sandeep Kaur Brar is our developer. And me myself, Samir Chaudhary, I am the system analyst for this project. Now, Mars Leathers is a bike apparels company that is based on Melbourne that sells different accessories such as bikes, helmets, bike shoes, riding leather jackets, and gloves. I have worked alongside my team members Navjot, Simran, and Sandeep for completing this project. And I have been able to discuss and identify and list relevant user requirements, functionalities after discussing with our client. Meanwhile, our supervisor, Muhammad Nazi, has been extremely helpful for providing his guidance throughout the project. For the completion of this project, I have made numerous contributions which I am going to discuss in the following parts of this video. And this project intends to address the three main problem areas that are update the inventory system when the stock count is low, and provide an alert system for low stock, automatically generate sales report on daily, weekly, and monthly basis, and provide insight on fast selling product and low selling products. My role in this project. As a system analyst in this project for developing an inventory management system for Mars Leathers, I have examined different business processes, designs, and implementation and methodologies. I was assigned different tasks for the completion of the project. I had the following tasks: to design and analyze as model, to re-engineer the business process of the Mars Leathers company, to design the 2B model, to conduct data collection and product evaluation, to design user stories, some of the user stories, and some of the questionnaires. Now, I have developed an understanding about the current business processes existing in Mars Leathers for the designing of the as model for the company after the gap analysis conducted by my fellow team members. I have identified major functional areas that need to be improved via additional functionalities. By identifying those improvements in enterprise system standard business processes, I have visualized them in a 2B business model for Mars Leathers. I have used proper BPMN elements and notations for identified activities, events, gateways, and sequence flow. Firstly, the as-is diagram that I have designed illustrates the current flow of business processes in Mars Leathers under the current system, which do not have any inventory management system. The business processes in Mars Leathers is triggered by the customer when the customer visits the Mars Leathers website and starts browsing and adding items to their cart. After the card is reviewed, the checkout leads to the purchase order that is received by the Mars Leathers. They check if the stock is available or not. If the stock is not available, they suggest reviewing the card. Whereas if the stock is available, then the order is processed and payment is processed. Upon successful payment processing, the item is shipped and delivery information is sent to the customer. Once the product is received by the customer, then the order is completed. Thus, the business processes of the Mars Leathers also concludes. For bringing improvement in efficiency the business model of Mars Leathers, I have referred to relevant peer-reviewed journal articles on inventory management systems in automobile industries and spare parts. For evidence-based process discovery, I have analyzed documents compiled by scholars and experts in the field of inventory management in automobile industry. By understanding the techniques and methodologies that research has enabled me to construct a revised and re-engineered business process flow for Mars Leathers. The 2B diagram visualizes the business functions and the flow of business processes across the various entities and departments such as customer, sales, warehouse, and logistic departments after the implementation of the new proposed system. This diagram states the flow of the tasks of Mars Leathers for the management of their inventory based on the process that we have implemented in our inventory management system. Now, multiple processes can specifically contribute their tasks efficiently in the inventory management system. The business process is triggered in the same way as before when the customer adds item to the cart and checks out. The order is received by the warehouse where the stock is checked. While checking the stock count is updated and maintained in a database for the warehouse. It is a major additional function for maintaining inventory for Mars Leathers. In this instance, if the stock is unavailable, an alert is generated as a low stock alert for the warehouse manager. This is a new major added functionality in the new inventory management system for Mars Leathers. If the stock is available, the sales department receives the notification for analyzing purchase order. While it is getting analyzed, the data on sales is updated on the sales database. This is important for the automated sales report generations for weekly, daily, and monthly basis. This is the third major functionality that is included in the Mars Leathers company. The order is processed, the payment is processed, and once the order is confirmed, the invoice is created by the sales department and the invoice is sent to the customer. In the meantime, logistic department prepares shipping and ships the item for delivery. Once the customer receives the product, the business process of the Mars Leathers is completed under the new inventory management system. And my second contribution is constructing user stories. The initiation of the project started with the collection of user requirements, which is the first and most important step for developing the product. After a detailed discussion with the client, I have identified certain user requirements and devised in the form of user stories. The user stories I have devised are related to the user of the system. First user story that I have devised is as a worker I want to be notified when the inventory is short. Also, I have assigned a high priority level for this user story. It implies the significance of user requirement, where the user of the system or the worker of Mars Leathers wants to receive an alert when an item is unavailable in their inventory so that they can acquire it on time. It is an important feature which I believe needs to be implemented in the new inventory management system for the company. Second user story that I have formulated is as an administrator, I want to add new workers to the system. Also, I have assigned a high priority level for this user story. It essentially addresses the functionality where the admin of the system is allowed to add new users of the system and assign their level of access to the system, it is another important feature for the inventory management system. Third user story I have formulated is, as an administrator, I want to view the most sold item of the day, week, or month. This user story addresses the requirement of the sales manager of Mars Leather, where she or he can view the item which has sold the most, and this provides an analytical view of the sales rate of the items and can enable managers to forecast demand and sales and control inventory levels. Another user story that I have formulated is, as a sales manager, I want to view the inventory report. And this user story addresses the requirement of the sales manager of the company, where she or he can view the sales report on daily, weekly, and monthly basis. Another user story I have constructed is, as an inventory manager, I want to update the inventory. This user story addresses a prime requirement of the proposed inventory management system. When a new product or inventory is available, the inventory management manager should be able to add it to the system so the inventory is updated. My third contribution is designing the questionnaires as a means of data collection for this project. And questionnaire is a part of product evaluation and data collection of process. In the current situation of lockdown, it was impossible to conduct face-to-face interviews. Therefore, our team agreed on designing a questionnaire, and I personally have contributed on designing questions for the users of the system at Mars Leathers Company. I have addressed the first question to the end user of the system, saying, is the worker being able to make the refund for the system? And by deriving the concept from Likert scale, I have given options as never, rarely, sometimes, often, and always. Similarly, the second question is directed to the end user, as well that is the worker is able to access the information of the customer. Likewise, the third question is the customer information displayed accurately in the system or not? And next question, if the customer information module is working fine or not? Last question is the questionnaire is, if the employee at the Mars Leather think that the inventory management system will add the value to the company or not. For these questions, responses have been updated from Google Form, and that can be seen on the statistical representation in the form of pie charts. We can see the number of users that have voted, that have responded on each of these questions, so that we can develop the recommendations for the company. And based on these responses, I have concluded the recommendations for the company. And the modules that my team have developed have been favored uh, by the employee of the Mars Leathers. So all of the proposed features are highly recommended to be implemented in the new inventory management system for Mars Leathers. And it has also a perceived added value for the company. Therefore, it is important to implement all the developed modules based on the user requirements functionalities to be implemented in the new inventory management system of Mars Leathers. And by and these are the list of references that I have compiled for our project, and these shows the list of the research articles that we have referred to. This slide shows the major milestones and deliverables, and on the right hand side we can see the milestone reports, and we can see the phases, milestones, deliverables, and the completion rate on the milestone report, and it is the part of appendix that I have attached to the final write-up report. By doing this project, I have learned quite a number of things. Firstly, I have learned how to analyze the client's business processes and identify the gaps and the problems that they are facing. And I have also learned to conduct research in real world scenario and in the real world scenario and identify the relevant problem area that the clients are facing. And I have learned to apply research tools and methodologies to solve those problems. And I have also learned how to present and demonstrate a product in front of our client and supervisors. Similarly, I also have learned how to work and coordinate in a team and collaborating with our clients and supervisors and all the stakeholders involved. I also have learned how to interact with clients and supervisors. I have learned about time management and risk mitigation by doing this project. I have quite a few number of things that I think that can be improved on this course. Uh, while we are doing such a huge project on a real world scenario, the time is really limited. So I hope that they can improve the time duration that the students can spend doing this project. Also, it would be better if students can get more resources to expand their research and conduct the project in a better way. And that will be all. Thank you.